So new mesocycle guys, we're going to look at the half guard, kind of the way there's a guy, Leite, plays it a little bit different. I've sort of been playing around with this last month and everyone's been passing my guard, but there's a few little details, a few little pressures I wasn't doing and I think I was figured out. So we'll do different entrances, just tonight's from Z guard. We haven't really addressed that yet. We'll kind of keep it at different levels because everyone's at different levels here, and we'll probably do a mesocycle on this at the end of the year, so I'll not go too deep into this, but there's different ways of playing it. My leg is controlling Carl's right leg. I can use this like knee shield half guard. Okay, and I want to put like box principle, like we talked about before. Carl's 2 shoulders and 2 hips. I want my right knee in his left hip. Okay, my left foot in his other hip. My left knee in his shoulder, and I'll bring this hand across. So when he tries to put pressure on me, I can kind of control that pressure. Okay. So again, my goal is to win the underhook, but I want to make sure that my legs and arms are inside his. So for anyone tonight that hasn't been doing jiu-jitsu that long and isn't familiar with it, you're just going to win the underhook from here. So I've got my arms and legs inside Carl's. I'm going to kick up with my leg, creating the space. My arms inside. I like this control here because if Carl tries to push my knee down to pass, if I bring my elbow on this side, he tries to push my knee down, it's more difficult because I've made a frame. Okay, so I'm kicking up, I'm winning this underhook. Okay, so my left hand's grabbing the belt of the hip. Again, I'm on my elbow, okay? I want to be aware of this hand. I don't want to really be on my hand because Carl can hit my head and stuff and do all kinds of stuff from here. So I like on the elbow, so anytime this hand comes in to do something, I can just grab it. So if his hands isn't on the mat, I'll bump with my knee to get his hands on the mat, but now I'm going to switch my hooks. So my right foot passes his hook, or his leg, from my right to my left. So it's my outside hook that's hooked his leg. Okay. And from that position, my right hand is going to shoot underneath. Carl's knee is between my legs, and I'm going to stomp it through, so from the outside. Okay, this allows me to put a lot of torque on his knee, and there's 3 pressures I want to be doing, and this is why we're going to spend a little bit of time on this. So I want to make sure Carl can't pull his knee out to pass. So from here I curl my left foot towards my butt, as if I'm trying to touch my left foot off my arse. I turn my knee down. Okay. And the detail I wasn't doing, which is why a lot of people was passing my guard this last month, is I wasn't engaging my hips, because if I just do those pressures, Carl can possibly sit through into his cut cross pass. So the other detail I want to do is, from this position, I'm curling with my heel, I'm turning down with my knee, but I'm engaging my hips, so I'm driving my hips into his. So if Carl tries to move his leg, it's difficult. From there, I have sleeps and things that I can do, but we're just going to stop it there, just into that Leite hook, and we're going to play with that pressure. So again, from my position, my right knee is in his left hip, my left foot's in the other hip, my knee's in his right shoulder, and my hand is here, controlling that inside space. I want my knees and hands inside his. Okay, I'm kicking up, winning that underhook. And I switch my hooks, so my right passes from my right to my left. Okay, I'm on my elbow, controlling this hand. So I'm going to shoot in. As I shoot in, I stomp my leg and kick it through. So Carl's knee basically gets into the cut cross position. And the reason I want to do this is because I can put so much pressure on his knee from here. So I'm curling up with my heel towards my butt. This knee curls down, and then I engage my hip. And we're stopping there, but if Carl tries to pull his leg out, I'm attached to him, which is what I want. It's the detail is engaging the hip there, okay? And we'll look at the sweep in a second. For those, maybe blue belts, a little bit higher, you can add in a little bit more, because you know it's very difficult to win the underhook on someone, because he's going to be making grips, for instance. The time I'm in Carl's Z guard here, and I know he wants to win the underhook, I can just do this. Okay. Or, if I get a grip on his lapel and start to make a frame on his knee, then I can start possibly to pass. So We can add in 2 little grip breaks there, but again, if you haven't done this before, I would just stick with the first variation. So I'm here, controlling this inside space. Anytime Carl grabs this so I can't underhook, I just circle it underneath and make a C shape with my hand, like this. So I'm coming, rolling underneath, clockwise, and I just punch it across. So, all right. Now, if it stays there, I'm on the back, but he'll want to bring it back, and then I'm back to inside control again, looking to win that underhook, pass the hooks again, go for my stomp, shooting in, and when I get his knee in front of mine, those 3 pressures, heel up, knee down, engage the hip. Again. Sometimes he'll grab this lapel and start to pressurize, okay? And then he can sprawl, work around. So he's removed one of my roadblocks. Because once I've got my foot on his hip and my knee here, and this one's here, it's very hard for him to do it because I've made a frame, but possibly before that he gets a grip. Again, I've seen this, but sometimes people have really hard grips. I think a better way of doing it is I just grab the sleeve on the opposite lapel. Bring my knee over the top like a scissor sweep, and then I just pull and push with my knee. Okay? Now Carl wants to pull that arm out, and when he does, I'm following it for the underhook. And again, I'll pass my hooks, shoot in. Once I get my knee here, I'm doing those 3 pressures. Up with the foot, down with the knee, engaging the hips. One more time, just in that grip break. So I'm here, I just grab the sleeve and this, pull it down. He has to pull it out, and when he does, I'm winning that underhook. Stopping this, switch my hooks, kick through, and I want those pressures. Okay? If you haven't done it before, don't worry about the grip breaks. From like a spider guard orientation where I'm controlling his triceps, ideally I want to come across. Because sometimes it's hard to get the underhook. See, this hand is to the outside of my knee. And for me to kick up with this and bring my hand same time up, Carl's going to win the underhook on that arm every single time. So before I do that, I'm bringing this arm across. So when I kick up, it's already on the inside. Does that make sense? So I can't let him get the underhook on my left arm. From that position, I switch the hooks, stomp in, and I'm into my pressure position. Okay? So that's the setup from Z guard to the Leite half guard, guys. Let's try that.